Asterisk. Sound of pills rattling in a bottle. Ashwagandha, Tonkat Ali, fenugreek, zinc. The list of ingredients in tea boosters is endless and confusing, but they are not created equal. Some are worthless, some are backed by weak science, and a few might actually be useful. Today, we're doing the work for you. We've analyzed the research and are ranking the most popular tea booster ingredients from F tier, total waste of money, all the way to S tier. You'll want to stay for the end. If you are a man over 60, you've likely seen the aggressive marketing. They promise energy, muscle, and vitality, all in one pill. But the reality is that 90% of these supplements are not worth the money. They target your frustration and your hope. We are going to cut through that noise, look at the evidence, and give you the definitive scientific ranking. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to read a supplement label and what ingredients to instantly skip. This is the truth the supplement companies hope you never learn. We start at the bottom, the F tier. This category is for ingredients that have the most marketing buzz, but the least scientific evidence, especially for men in our demographic who are not clinically deficient. These ingredients are largely ineffective for boosting natural testosterone levels. The first F-tier ingredient is one you see everywhere, Tribulus terrestris. It is the cornerstone of dozens of popular tea boosters, often listed first on the label. But what does the science say? Almost universally, controlled human studies show no significant impact on testosterone levels in healthy men, young or old. The claims made by supplement manufacturers often rely on old animal studies or studies done on specific health conditions that do not apply to the average man seeking vitality. If you see Tribulus as a major ingredient, understand you are paying a premium for pure hype. It is an F-tier waste of your money. Skip it entirely. Next up in the F tier is D-aspartic acid, or DAA. This ingredient gained popularity years ago based on very preliminary research. The theory was that it stimulated hormone release in the brain. However, when researchers started testing DAA in men who already resistance-trained, men like us who are serious about their health, the results were disappointing. Multiple studies have shown that DAA fails to raise free or total testosterone levels in resistance-trained men. Furthermore, there's evidence that prolonged use might actually cause a decrease in free T levels in some individuals. Why risk that? DAA is often cheap filler, but it's sold at a high price. If you're already active, DAA is highly unlikely to move the needle for you. It sits squarely in the F tier. Before we move up to the C and B tiers, let's quickly address the biggest red flag associated with these F tier ingredients: the asterisk proprietary blend. If you look at the ingredients list and see a specific blend name followed by a total dosage, but the individual amounts of the components are not listed, that is a proprietary blend. This is done specifically to hide the fact that they use minuscule amounts of expensive, potentially useful ingredients, while padding the pill with large amounts of F-tier junk like Tribulus. Always prefer supplements that list the exact milligram count for every single ingredient. Transparency equals trust. If you see a proprietary blend, treat it as an F-tier warning sign and put the bottle down. Now let's look at the C and B tiers. These ingredients are not total scams, but their effectiveness is either highly mixed, very indirect, or they primarily help solve a different problem than testosterone itself. They might offer a small benefit, but they are far from a definitive T-boost. In the C tier, we place fenugreek extract. Fenugreek has received significant attention because some studies have shown it can slightly increase free testosterone levels. However, many other studies have found no such effect. The data is highly inconsistent. Some men report marginal improvements in strength or libido, but the evidence for a true, significant hormonal boost is weak. Consider it marginally useful for some vitality aspects, but not a reliable T-booster. Moving into the B tier, we find a much more interesting indirect helper, ashwagandha. Now, ashwagandha is popular for a reason, but it's not the reason supplement companies advertise. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen. Its primary established benefit is stress and cortisol reduction. Cortisol is the body's primary stress hormone, and high chronic cortisol levels actively suppress testosterone production. So does ashwagandha directly boost T? No. Does it create a better internal environment for your body to manage stress, which in turn, allow your T levels to recover slightly? Yes, this makes it B tier. It's a useful supplement for managing stress, sleep, and overall well-being, but do not buy it thinking it's a primary T booster. You are purchasing a mood and stress manager, which is a great goal, but it's important to understand what you are actually buying. The final B tier entry is Tongkat Ali, also known as Long Jack. This is perhaps the most heavily debated ingredient right now. The results are incredibly varied. Some high-quality research shows significant improvements in libido and sometimes modest T increases, especially in men who are highly stressed or elderly. Like ashwagandha, part of its benefit seems to come from reducing stress hormones. However, the quality control of Tongkat Ali supplements is notoriously poor. Many products are underdosed or contaminated. Because the results are hit or miss depending on the extract purity and your existing stress levels, we categorize it as B tier. It has potential, but the evidence is not strong enough to make it a must-have for everyone. For more evidence-based information on men's health, mobility, and nutrition, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We release new videos daily to help you live a stronger, healthier life. We are now ready to tackle the A tier. This is where we find the ingredients that are backed by solid science and proven to be essential for men over 60. However, there's a critical caveat you must understand. These are not T boosters for everyone. They are asterisk deficiency correctors. They will only raise your testosterone levels if your current levels are suppressed because you are deficient in them. If you are not deficient, taking more won't help. Our first A-tier champion is zinc. Zinc is an essential trace mineral involved in hundreds of bodily processes, including immune function and hormone production. If you are deficient in zinc, which is common in older men, vegetarians, or those with certain digestive issues, your testosterone levels will absolutely suffer. Research shows that correcting a zinc deficiency can restore testosterone levels to normal, healthy ranges. This is a crucial distinction. Zinc is not a magic T booster, but it is a necessary foundational mineral. If you have low T and your blood work confirms a zinc deficiency, this moves up to S tier for you. But for general supplementation without a known deficiency, it remains A tier. How can you increase your zinc intake through diet? Foods like oysters, beef, pumpkin seeds, and lentils are excellent sources. Focus on food first. Second in the A tier is magnesium. Just like zinc, magnesium is an often overlooked mineral, crucial for optimal health. It plays a key role in muscle function, nerve transmission, and sleep quality. Critically, magnesium can increase free testosterone. It does this by binding to sex hormone binding globulin, or SHBG. Think of SHBG as a sponge that grabs your testosterone and makes it inactive. When magnesium binds to SHBG instead, it leaves more of your testosterone free and available for use by your body's tissues. Studies have shown significant increases in free and total testosterone when deficient athletes, or even sedentary men, supplement with magnesium. This makes it extremely valuable. Like zinc, if you are deficient, magnesium is a true game changer. Excellent food sources include dark leafy greens, almonds, and avocados. The final ingredient in the A tier is vitamin D. Technically, vitamin D is a hormone, not just a vitamin. Deficiencies are rampant, especially in men over 60 who spend less time in direct sunlight. The evidence linking low vitamin D to low testosterone is very strong. Supplementing vitamin D has been shown to raise both total and free testosterone in men with low baseline levels. Getting your vitamin D levels checked is perhaps the single most useful blood test you can ask your doctor for. If your levels are low, correcting this deficiency can profoundly impact your energy, mood, bone health, and hormone profile. It is a critical component of men's health. Taking a high-quality vitamin D supplement, ideally alongside vitamin K2 for proper absorption, can make a huge difference if you are deficient. Zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D. These are the three most evidence-backed supplements for improving a compromised hormone environment. They earn the A-tier ranking because their effectiveness is proven, but it is contingent on your current status. Now we arrive at the most anticipated part of the ranking. We have covered the F-tier scams and the A-tier essentials. We ask the ultimate question: what ingredient deserves the S-tier ranking? What is the single best, most effective, scientifically proven tea booster available to men over 60? The answer is simple, powerful, and absolutely what the supplement industry never wants you to know. The S tier is not a pill, an herb, or a powder you can buy. The S tier is reserved for strategic resistance training. This is the scientifically proven, most potent natural method for boosting testosterone and growth hormone, regardless of age. Why is this S tier? Because while the A tier ingredients only work if you are deficient, resistance training works for everyone. It sends a direct, powerful signal to your body to build and repair tissue, and that signal requires hormones. When we say resistance training, we don't necessarily mean heavy weights and gym membership. We mean challenging your muscles safely. For men over 60, this involves two key strategies. First, focusing on compound movements. Compound movements engage multiple muscle groups simultaneously, like squats, lunges, and push-ups. These movements are powerful hormonal stimulators. You don't need to load up a barbell. Chair squats, standing up and sitting down 10 to 15 times, are effective resistance training. Second, maintaining consistency. Short, intense sessions 3 times a week are far superior to one long, grueling session. This consistent stress, followed by adequate recovery, is the direct biological mechanism that promotes natural hormone production. Resistance training is effective because it forces your body to adapt. It not only increases testosterone, but it also improves insulin sensitivity, reduces body fat, which is crucial because fat cells convert testosterone into estrogen, and dramatically improves mobility and bone density. No supplement can achieve that comprehensive range of benefits. It is free, it is accessible, and it delivers results no pill can match. This is the truth. The single best T-booster is effort and consistency. So how do you incorporate this S-tier solution into your life safely? Start simple. If you are new to resistance work, begin with body weight exercises. Find a sturdy chair and do 10 repetitions of sitting and standing. Do 10 wall push-ups. If you have dumbbells, perform simple overhead presses or rows. The key is to challenge the muscle until the last few repetitions are difficult. Safety is paramount, so ensure you have proper form, but the stimulus must be there. Do not fear resistance, embrace it. It is the real vitality protocol. Now we acknowledge a potential objection. If S-tier is resistance training and A-tier is correcting deficiencies, what about the other vital aspect of health? We must address now recovery and stress management. Now raise. While resistance training is the physical S-tier, recovery is the essential equal partner. Remember our discussion about cortisol. If you train hard but your body is constantly running on stress hormones due to poor sleep or high anxiety, you effectively block the benefits. You are driving with the brakes on. That's why high-quality, deep sleep is arguably tied for the S-tier ranking. When do you produce the majority of your daily testosterone? During the deepest stages of sleep. If you are getting 5 or 6 hours of fragmented rest, you are sacrificing your natural hormone factory. Improving sleep hygiene, like keeping your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, and avoiding bright screens before bed, is a zero-cost, high-return strategy. Furthermore, managing stress through simple mindfulness or breathing exercises, as little as 5 minutes a day, will lower cortisol. Lower cortisol means less competition for your valuable testosterone. This synergy, S-tier resistance training combined with S-tier recovery, is the powerful combination that genuinely changes the vitality of a man over 60. This comprehensive approach is why you subscribe to Gentleman's Vitality. We cut through the noise and provide strategies that truly work. If you've gained clarity from this ranking, please take a moment to hit the like button. It helps us reach more men who need this evidence-based information. To summarize our final verdict on T-booster supplements, most popular heavily marketed ingredients are F-tier junk, relying on proprietary blends and weak science. The handful of ingredients that work are A-tier asterisk deficiency correctors like zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D. They are valuable, but only if you actually need them. The true, undeniable S-tier solutions are those that stimulate your body's natural processes, strategic resistance training, and mastering recovery. Do not spend hundreds of dollars chasing a miracle in a pill. Invest your time and energy into the fundamental activities that science proves deliver sustained, vibrant health. Take control of your health today. Live stronger, live healthier. Let's talk about the practical application of this ranking. You now understand the tiers, but how do you use this information next time you are shopping or reading an online advertisement? First, apply the F-tier filter. If the primary selling points of a supplement are tribulus or DAA, you know instantly you are looking at an overpriced, low-value product. The marketing budget is clearly higher than the research budget. Do not let promises of rapid changes blind you to the lack of evidence. Always check the supplement facts panel first. Second, consider the A tier as foundational maintenance. Think of zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D not as boosters, but as vital insurance policies. The only way to know if you need them is through blood work. If you haven't had a checkup in the last year, make an appointment. Ask your doctor specifically to test your vitamin D and magnesium levels. If those numbers come back low, then supplementing those A-tier ingredients becomes an S-tier move for your individual health. This is proactive, responsible health management, not guessing games. Third, approach the B tier with caution. If you are already managing stress well, supplements like ashwagandha likely won't add much. If you know you are high stress, consistently anxious, or your sleep is poor, using ashwagandha or perhaps tonkat ali may be a tool to improve the environment. But remember, they are secondary tools. They don't replace the need for the S-tier fundamentals. Never use a B-tier supplement to try and offset a lack of exercise or poor sleep. That is trying to patch a large hole with a tiny sticker. A crucial final point for men over 60, medication interactions. Before adding any SEMS new supplement, even those in our safe A tier, always consult with your pharmacist or physician. Many of us are on maintenance medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes. Supplements are powerful, and they can interact with prescribed drugs, sometimes reducing their effectiveness or even causing dangerous side effects. Your doctor and pharmacist are your partners in health. Use them. They provide personalized S-tier advice tailored to your specific medical history. The journey to greater vitality after 60 is not about finding shortcuts. It's about optimizing the fundamentals. It is about consistent effort in the areas we know have the highest return: movement, nutrition, and rest. If you want to continue receiving expert-backed strategies to help you boost vitality and improve mobility, make sure you have the notification bell turned on so you never miss our daily content. We are here every day to help you master your health. Let's delve a little deeper into why the supplement cycle is so appealing and how to permanently break free from it. The appeal is speed and ease. We want the results of disciplined effort without the discipline itself. The truth is, your body resists drastic hormonal changes when you introduce outside elements. If a supplement DIT's Iberide managed to artificially raise your testosterone significantly, your body's feedback loop would simply shut down its own natural production. That is why powerful, medically supervised testosterone replacement therapy requires careful monitoring and is only prescribed for clinical hypogonadism. Supplements are designed to exist in the gray area, just powerful enough to create hopeful testimonials, but not powerful enough to fundamentally change your biochemistry safely. The power of the S-tier resistance training is that it is a asterisked natural signal. When you perform heavy compound movements, your muscle cells suffer micro tears. Your body rushes in to repair, rebuild, and adapt, making you stronger. This whole systemic rebuilding process requires massive hormonal support, including testosterone and growth hormone. The boost you receive is earned and controlled by your body's natural limits. It's safe, sustainable, and comes with zero negative side effects, only positive ones like improved bone density and reduced frailty. Consider two men at age 65. Man A spends $50 a month on an F-tier supplement blend, hoping for a miracle. He continues his sedentary lifestyle. Man B spends that same $50 a month on high-quality groceries like grass-fed beef or leafy greens and commits to 3 days of safe resistance training. In 3 months, Man A has wasted $150 and feels the same, maybe worse. Man B has improved his body composition, his sleep quality, his mood, and yes, his natural T levels are optimized within their healthy range. The evidence is clear. The investment must be in yourself and your habits, not in the bottle. We often hear questions about specific diet structures. Does cutting carbs boost T? Does intermittent fasting help? While diet plays a massive role, no specific fad diet alone will outperform the S-tier protocol. Proper nutrition is the fuel for resistance training and the building blocks for hormone production. This means adequate protein intake to facilitate muscle repair, healthy fats for hormone synthesis, and plenty of fiber-rich vegetables to manage inflammation. This foundational nutrition, when paired with the S-tier exercise, creates synergy. They amplify each other's effects. Focus on balanced meals that support your activity, not restrictive diets that make you feel deprived. Always remember our channel mission: boosting vitality, improving mobility, and mastering nutrition. T-boosters attempt to address vitality in isolation, often ignoring the other two critical pillars. Our S-tier solutions address all three simultaneously. You gain energy, you move better, and you naturally optimize your internal chemistry. That is the definition of mastering your health.